Nightmares are the most common reflective dreams. They often reflect some sort of deep emotional activity. If you're going through something very emotional in your life, the nightmare may not have much meaning and simply be the mirror screaming back at you. But if your deep emotional activity is turning into a harmful habit, such as my friend who had the red pow dreams, then your inner wisdom will alert your attention by reflecting your negativity in a nightmare. Fears are often reflected in nightmares. You may have a dream about being naked if something has occurred that makes you feel exposed and defenseless. You may have a dream about being lost if something has occurred which makes you feel lost, unprepared, or ill-equipped. You may have a nightmare about being chased if you're facing a lot of unknowns in your life. And if you're a student going to college or you're learning an important life skill, you may have strange dreams about your teeth or chewing food, which symbolizes a fear regarding the knowledge that you're trying to process. All these are common dreams that reflect the common fears we all have. You can find an explanation to these and other common dreams in another playlist titled Symbolic Meaning of Common Dreams. Many people experience nightmares after watching a scary movie, an emotional movie, or a movie that parallels a deep-rooted fear. This is because the movie draws you into the storyline, and for a couple of hours you live that experience emotionally. If that experience parallels a fear, a negative thought process, or something that's troubling you, then your inner wisdom will make use of the movie to bring it to your conscious attention. You want to know what your fears are, so your inner wisdom makes use of strong conscious activity, such as getting emotionally wrapped up in a movie, in order to bring deep subconscious thoughts to the surface. Phobias are often presented in nightmares. Some of the most common phobias are fear of falling, fear of flying, fear of heights, and fear of being in water. After hearing so many people tell me their nightmares, I've noticed a strong parallel between these particular fears and the physical sensations of astral travel during sleep, which is that of falling, flying, or being in water. Astral travel, or what I call interdimensional activity, commonly occurs during the deeper stages of sleep, so the conscious mind rarely takes notice. But if you do become aware of the physical sensations of ID activity while sleeping, it would be interpreted as scary and become a nightmare. I will explain ID activity in more detail in another video in this playlist titled Interdimensional Theme Dreams. You can also take conscious notice of outer stimuli while in the dream state. Your physical senses are part of your innate safety response system, and just because you're asleep does not mean that your senses become dormant. If you hear a loud or strange sound, feel something foreign on your skin, or even smell an odd odor while asleep, your subconscious may incorporate that into your dream, often turning it into a nightmare. The unexpected outer stimuli will often present as something sudden and foreign in the dream. It wasn't part of the dream or storyline before, and suddenly it is. The outer stimuli may stay on the outskirts of your dream or may fully incorporate into the storyline. For example, if you hear a loud sound, but it's not continuous, it may present in your dream as a sudden sound coming from the sky or the mountains in the distance. But if it's more physical than just a sound, your body will respond by incorporating the physical sensation of it into your dream, exaggerating it and making it the bizarre focal point of your nightmare. For example, a friend who visited for the weekend and slept on the couch had a nightmare about a venomous snake biting her arm repeatedly. It was the most bizarre and real nightmare she had ever experienced. We determined that she was sleeping in an awkward position, causing her arm to fall asleep, and the nightmare was her body's way of alerting her to the problem. In summary, the key characteristic of outer stimuli in nightmares is that of sudden and foreign to the storyline of the dream, causing your mind to interpret it as bizarre and scary. So, take notice if you have recurring nightmares or bizarre dreams with this type of phenomena, and seek out the possible outer cause so your body and mind can relax and have a full rest. Sometimes nightmares will occur as part of a physiological response to chemicals, medicines, or even food allergens. For the most part, these are merely reactions with no symbolic meaning to the dream, but they're certainly worth taking a closer look, especially if the nightmare-inducing agent cannot be avoided and the bizarre dreams or nightmares could occur on a regular basis as a result. Important premonitions usually appear in the form of nightmares. I explain premonitions in more detail in another video, Interdimensional Theme Dreams, but a premonition is basically a future event that you tune into through your dreams. This is usually an event that has negative effects or creates major change in your life, so it is interpreted as a nightmare. Even if the future event is positive, it may be interpreted as negative simply because the idea of the future is a foreign concept to the conscious mind and therefore scary. Recurring nightmares often occur as a result of continuous negative thoughts and actions or unheeded warnings from your own inner wisdom. A recurring nightmare will continue on the same subject until you correct the negative, resolve the issue, or at least take notice of the negative subconscious activity that is causing the nightmare. But keep in mind that just because you have a horrible nightmare does not always mean that you need to determine its full meaning right away. Most nightmares occur initially just to get your attention. Then we'll follow up with more nightmares giving more information. And if you're already in the habit of paying attention, the follow-up dream or dreams may not be in the form of a nightmare, but simply an informative dream or dreams containing the same core symbols as the initial nightmare. Children having nightmares. Children tend to have more nightmares than adults. The main reason for this is that life is considered much more unknown to children and therefore scary. Another reason is that children are too young to have suppressed their fears like adults, so their fears are part of their surface thought activity more than adults. This means that any concern can potentially turn into a nightmare. Pay attention when your child has a nightmare because it's pointing out a fear, negative reaction, or thought that you can help your child to consciously understand. You can ease their mind by using the mirror example to explain that the nightmare is just a reflection of their scared thoughts. As I said before, your dreams act as a reflective mirror. If you stand at the mirror and scream, of course the mirror screams back. So, explain to your child that instead of being scared of the mirror, the dream, they can use it as a tool for understanding what they are thinking. This is also why it's important to teach your children how to interpret their dreams. Children instinctively know that there's more to who they are than just their physical body, and they know that they are connected to it. We all have great inner wisdom, and this inner wisdom is connected to the all that is. The easiest access to inner wisdom is through our dreams. So if you teach dream interpretation to your children, or at least take them along on your own dream interpretation journey, they will know that they can use their dreams as a tool for consciously connecting to the more that they know it exists. If you help your children understand their dreams, they can achieve a solid conscious connection and gain wisdom from their dreams for the rest of their lives.